we have an amazing guest. I'm so honored and I'm so privileged and I'm so pleased to have you, Sophia. Thank you for
And I'm
being here.
over the moon for being here. Thank you so much for inviting me. This is a beautiful
Yes,
space, and I'm ready to share whatever questions come. I love what you said about that portal. I'm feeling the
yes,
portal, certainly.
yes, yes. So for those of you who do not know, Sophia Bailey-Larsen is, and she was one of the reasons why she's so special to me is because she was my very first business mentor. When it comes to self-development, when it comes to renewing and transforming your mind, Sophia was the first person that related that to business. I had never heard of it before. And Sophia helps, is it just women that you help?
Currently, yes. I've
Yes,
refined myself, and yeah, women, yeah.
right. So Sophia helps women to turn their ideas into streams of revenue. I know that you are a certified leader of the Napoleon Hill Foundation. Is that correct?
It is, yes.
Yeah. You're the first British person to do that, right?
Yes,
And
absolutely, yeah.
yes, so Napoleon Hill, his work forms the foundation of a lot of spiritual and growth and self-development work that is out there. And the fact that you are the first British person to be certified is very special. It's very special. And I know that you've been featured on in lists, and even your post today about working with Lisa Nicole. And there's so many things that I want to speak to you about.
Exciting.
But let's start with this, because the Confident Speaker series is really to talk about the authenticities of confidence, because there is a lot of talk about what confidence is. And so I want to talk about it in a way where we dispel the myths and where we connect to confidence as a speaker in a real way, not as this ideal that is out there that we can't reach. Let's bring it in, and we're going to bring it in to this group in a way that is transformational for you to make real change, not as someday, but as today. So I want to talk to you about confidence because I am well aware of your story, how you started and where you are now. And I would love to hear that from you. I'd love for the group to hear that from you. And I want to talk about the role confidence has played in your story, whether you feel like you had it, whether you feel like you developed it along the way, or whether you feel like you've always had it. I'd love for you to just speak on that.
Okay. Well, hi, everyone. And thank you for the intro, Shah. That was fantastic. Just a little journey for me too. Confidence has played an absolute key role. I like to call it courage, because courage was a thing I discovered that took me from being deadly scared of speaking to giving it a go. You know, confidence is just that belief that there is something that you can rely on, something you can have faith in that is going to lead you to the next step. Confidence is not necessarily not being afraid. It is being afraid, but knowing that, you know what, even if I am afraid, I can do this. I can do this. There's a something bigger than me that can lead me forward. And there is your confidence. And so when I began to speak, I was not confident. Actually, I used to do these community events, right, in South London. Clapham Common, anyone know South West London? Little pub in Clapham Common. I rented an upstairs room and I would speak every Sunday. My children would come along, other people's children would come along, about the need for community. And I would breathe and exhale and inhale and boost myself up and feel absolutely terrified, but pretty much show it. I would have to hold on to a thing, hold on to a table, hold on to a chair, just, you know, a little bit of shaking nerves going all the way through my arm just to be able to speak. But the passion was such that I could do it as long as there was something to rely on. I might not be feeling stable, but this chair can do the trick. And then a couple of my friends said to me, look, you're going to have to start coming from behind the table when you do this. You're going to have to let go of the chair when you do this. The chair shake when you do this. And I thought, you know what? I have so many confident people around me. And at the time, I realized that there was something they had in common. And that was that they had all done this course that I'd only heard of, but never been to. And it was called Landmark. And Landmark education is about looking at pillars and principles for life within yourself, possibilities for life, which I didn't know at the time. So I was like, okay, all these people in my meetings know how to speak. I need to go and see what they're teaching in these meetings because I've got a lot to say and I don't know how to say it confidently. So I remember it was 2006 when I gifted myself this, going to this room on my own. And I'm still at that point, the Sophia Bailey in my head anyway, when I walk into this room down to the front, scared as, you know, I won't swear, scared as hell, right down to the front, right in the center, sitting like, yeah, I'm Sophia Bailey. And I still had a job. At that time, I was an accountant. I didn't enjoy it. And so that was another reason why I really wanted to come out of that. The seminar was about what was not working for you at that time. So that we each had a workbook. There were about 100 people in the room with these workbooks, going through different tasks and worksheets on what wasn't working. And I knew right there, like, I hate my job. What's not working is I hate my job. Okay, my job, that boss of mine is an idiot. I know more than him. All my colleagues are stupid. I'm doing more work than everybody. That was like my whole head conversation. So it's like, no, you can tell why I didn't like my job at the time. I was just in this whole head of confusion. So I'd written down about my job and I thought, okay, if I change my job, would I feel better? And I thought, no, it's more than that. I don't feel good within myself. I don't feel like I'm optimum health. I don't feel organized. I don't feel happy. I don't feel settled. There's something else that I need. And so the next worksheet was, what do you need to become in order to make the changes in all those things that aren't working for you? And when I thought about it, I thought, you know what? If I was brave enough, if I had the courage to do this, I would just do this. What I'm scared of right now is that I don't have faith in my ability to go and do the thing. And that's why I'm resenting my job. It's not my job's fault. I'm resenting my job. So I wrote down, okay, the thing for me is courage. If I was courageous, I'll write down courage. And I wrote down courage. And so what I didn't know was the next bit was to share what you had written. And at this time, I'm terrified of public speaking, all right? So the lady at the front, the seminar leader, says, does anyone want to share what they've written? And I'm like, damn, no, I ain't sharing what I've written. That means I have to get up in front of 100 people and share what I've written down. So I'm hiding like this, like, no, I'm not sharing what I've written. And I looked at my row, nobody's sharing what they've written. And I looked behind me a little bit, ain't nobody sharing what they've written. So I looked down at my paper. I don't want her to choose me. But my paper said courage.
Right.
And I'm like, hold on, you just made a decision here that you want to change your life and courage is going to give it to you. So what are you doing? You are down here in a ball, hiding, being like everyone else in the room that wants to change their lives and isn't doing the thing. You have to act. You have to do something that's courageous. And so I put up my hand. I was half hoping that she wouldn't see me. But of course, I'm at the front, at the center. Of course she bloody saw me. She's like, I'm sitting right there. So I'm like, okay, courage, yep, courage, yep. And then I hear, Sophia, okay, would you have something that you want to share with the room? I didn't want to share with the room, but I thought, okay, this is the moment. This was my moment of confidence and of courage. And so I got up very slowly. I still had the shakes within me. And I stood up very slowly thinking, I don't even know if I'm going to be able to speak right now, but I'm going to try. And I maybe even had my eyes closed. But when I looked around the room at about 100 people being expectant, because there was a one that got up and shared. It gave me some form of hope. There was some hope in what I needed to share and say. And so I looked at my paper and I said, "Hi, everyone. I'm Sophia." Little voice. The possibility that I am creating for myself and my life is the possibility of courage. And I spoke it. Sharleen, when you speak it, when you speak your truth out there into the ether, it's like the whole world conspires to say, yes, girl, this was what we were waiting for. They took the fear away. The fear left. It was in the ether. The courage took its place. The courage washed over me. And that was the moment that I felt confident, because the confidence is that you can have faith in something. A confident speaker has faith. And at that point, I had faith that my message was important. No matter if I felt within me that I could do it, if I called on enough courage and did it anyway, it was going to work. That was my moment of beginning to call on that courage, on that confidence. And I called on it again and again and again. And I didn't know I actually had it until one event I was speaking and a lady came up to me quietly, timidly. I kind of welcomed her because I recognized that in myself. I am that person. But she said to me, "Sophia, I really loved your talk. Can you tell me, how did you become so confident?" And I thought, huh? Me? And I realized I'd embodied it because someone else saw it.
Yeah. Wow.
I am.
Yeah.
That's where I've begun. And since then I've built on that. And now I don't feel the fear. Now I just feel the message, and I have faith that it's, even if I forget the thing I was going to say, somehow it's going to work out. That's where
That
it
is
is.
so moving. And you know, all these years I've known you, I have never heard of this story. I
Well,
did
then it
not know
was,
that you did any training at Landmark. I had no idea. That is just, it's amazing to me. And like I said, I could feel the tears rising up because I can feel the truth and the power of that, you know? And what I really want to know is one of the things that you will understand about Sophia. And we're going to share, she's going to share where you can follow her and where you can find out more about her later. But one of the things that you will understand about Sophia is that she embodies what she teaches. She is not a fake it till you make it kind of coach. Everything that she teaches, she has lived and is living. And I understand the story of your life relating to business and other areas. And I'm sure there are things that you may not have shared. But I want to know about the courage to form new beliefs about yourself when there is no evidence yet. Because it takes courage to believe something different when you have been replaying a story of maybe negativity or a story of victimhood, which is actually impacting your confidence to speak publicly and personally. Can you tell me of moments or a moment where you had the courage to believe something different about you?
absolutely, absolutely. And like you said, there are so many, and perhaps some I haven't shared, but one stuck in my head just now. So right now, I have a beautiful home. I am happy and balanced in all the areas of my life, but wasn't always that way. Of course, all of those things that I share come from experiences, and one particular experience was after the story I just told you, because what happened the day after courage was that I left my job. I left my job in a miraculous way that is for another story, but suffice to say I had enough money to last me 6 months. That was what I had created and wanted, and it was given to me. The very next day I walked out, I had it. And I'm like, okay, so now I've got it. I know that I'm a speaker. I know that I'm courageous. I know what I want to do in the community. And I'm going to attract opportunities and I'm going to attract all the right things. And I did that. Well, I thought I did that. When people came to me for opportunities because they saw what they were doing, I'm like, right, this is alignment. I didn't have the discernment to discern what true alignment was. And so people coming to me with opportunity, yeah, let me work with you and we'll do this, that, and the other, was alignment for me back then. And
Right.
over 6 months that I had given myself to make it, because I believed, I lost all my money. I lost all that. I had nothing left. In fact, I stopped being able to pay my mortgage. I stopped being able to do anything. I lost the confidence because I thought, how could this happen to me? I'm in alignment. I created this and it's all going wrong. I put a huge amount of faith with the last of my money in a seminar, a big event. And I made a stall, an exhibition stall, looking the way I wanted to. It looked so fine and it cost me the rest of my money. And nobody, maybe 3 or 4 people wanted to buy out of thousands of people that attended that thing. No one wanted what I had. I didn't understand at that time what I know now. And I remember coming home and just feeling like empty, broken. I have nothing. I don't know what I'm going to do. I don't know how I'm going to create this. And I got to pay my rent and my mortgage. And they're going to chuck me out. And I need $5,000 and I need it in the next day. I don't know what to do. And I called the only friend that I felt I had at that time. And I was like, I can't believe I've been such a loser. I relied on that job. The job was paying me good money. I bought a house. I traveled. I did all this. I gave it up and I've got nothing. And no one wants what I have. I don't know what to do. And I don't have anyone to ask for this money. And the powerful, poignant thing that came through, and this is why it's so important to have good friends, was a message from my friend on the phone that said, Sophia, listen to what you are feeding yourself and saying. Have you ever heard of someone that considers themselves a success that never felt like a failure? Have you ever seen somebody win who had never had a loss in their life? Do you not see that the path that you're on right now is just a stepping stone to where you need to be? You need to get out of that story and take some action. Ask for that money, save your damn house, and keep moving. And it was difficult. But I made 2 calls to my in-laws and to my father, who had never asked for a thing. I made them send the money direct to the mortgage thing. I saved my house. And from then on in, I stopped listening to stuff that would not lift me and propel me forward. And I started taking those difficult moments, knowing that they are just stepping stones. They're part of the big picture. And one day, those things that seem nearly impossible to you are going to be the whole inspiration for another person. Get through them so you can teach them. And that's what I do. Every time it's hard, I'm like, I'm going to get through this so I can teach it. And that's why you hear me as a mentor and not a coach. Like, a coach has had a lot of training and techniques. And I'll be the first to say I have no idea about coaching. But I can mentor you because I've been through it all and I know how I came through it and I can teach you that. So this was how I overcame the mindset. Just knowing that everything in life is here to serve your purpose. Life is happening for you. It's not happening to you. It's happening for you. And as soon as you recognize that in yourself, you can win.
That's so powerful. That is very powerful. And what you said at the beginning of that, in regards to alignment and discernment, is so key. It's such a massive key, and it dropped in because what's dropped in is that because we are beings that are made to attract, we attract all sorts of things all the time. And can you expand a little bit in regards to your own discernment? Because it's not every opportunity that presents itself that you say yes to. How did you develop the discernment? When did you choose to exercise the courage to listen to yourself, trust your discernment, to know which opportunities to take and which to say no to?
Well, that's a powerful question, and it's one we all need to know, to be honest. I believe it was it wasn't even something I realized while going through all these moments. So I'm not sure of a definitive moment, but I remember that one New Year, it was all I asked for as a resolution, that please give me the ability to discern what is for me and what is not for me. I don't remember how long ago it was, but when I came across the work of Napoleon Hill, that's when I got the key to how you do all of that. Because his first principle in all of the principles he teaches is about having a definiteness of purpose, basically knowing what you want out of life in all areas of your life, not just as a figure, but as a vision, as an emotion, as a habit, you know, as a way of being. And not that he teaches that, but I got into that depth of purpose. And so when things began to come align with me, I was able to easily see, does it fit into what I want or not? The reason that you would be unable to discern that a thing is for you is because somebody with a greater purpose than yours can enroll you into their purpose. And without having the compass of your own purpose, you don't know. Because for instance, I know that at one point my sole purpose was to put my daughter through university. I didn't have the money to do it when I decided that was the purpose. A purpose doesn't have to be, a 5,000-year legacy, a 100-year legacy. It is the thing that you're focused on with a burning passion and desire. And that was what I wanted. I wanted my daughter to be better than me. I never went to college. I never went to uni. She wanted to go to uni. And I felt that that's the least I can do for you, is give you more than I had in that aspect of my life. And so I went out on faith and said, don't get any loans. Don't do anything. Don't apply for anything. I'm going to give you that money. It's my purpose. There's nothing that can knock me off course in giving you this money. And it was a lot of money for me, because in my business, I was making a loss and I needed to give her £10,000, which was huge for me. Along the way, I was working with other people on the exact same business. Okay, so it's network marketing. You've all got the same business. You all start with, yeah, I want to do it because I'm going to be like one of those people on the stage, or I'm going to be a millionaire or something, which is nonsense that you probably heard and never had a chance to really connect with. But at the minute of hearing it, you wanted it right in the first week. And those people that journeyed with me had my enthusiasm and my excitement, but they didn't have my sense and burning depth of purpose. And so I saw that when the first thing came to distract them, that would take them away. So that thing may be, it's not going as quickly as I want it to, or this person is doing something else and that looks really good, I might do it that way, or anything else that might come along. My friend said that this isn't a good business, I'm going to listen to my friend. This first I couldn't get any customers, so I'm going to listen to that. The alignment that I had with that purpose kept me going despite all those things. Like, okay, those things came, so what am I going to do about it so I can still get there? But the lack of discernment that, hey, these things are here because you said you want to be a millionaire. To be a millionaire, you need to know what to do when the customer isn't interested, when your friend said it's crap, when someone else had something else that you think is better, when the money that you said that you want, in a month isn't coming right now. What kind of person do you need to become and develop to be that? That's the discernment. The discernment says, I'm going to switch my mind and not welcome that into my life. It's a form of rejection, I guess. I'm not welcoming that into my life because that's not the purpose that I set. So I saw so many people go off track for lack of purpose, that I saw how powerful it was. And though it was one of the most difficult journeys in my life, it taught me so much, and I got the money. It took 10 months of learning lessons like everyone else, and it took probably hundreds of people that fell away from me while I was learning about what was keeping me on track and what was not keeping all these people on track. And by 10 months, when I'd learned how to communicate that and transfer my energy and my enthusiasm to others so they could understand the power of a vision and a purpose, a definite purpose, as Napoleon Hill built upon. He says it's the starting point of all achievement. By the time I'd done that, 10 months, then I earned 1,000 in profit. Nice. But the next month I earned 2. I mean, it was nowhere near the 10, but it was better than not having anything. And I was able to share a story that if you stick in it, you can get something. And then I earned 5, and then I earned 10, I earned 20, and then I earned 40. These were my months, my subsequent months. And the 40 was in the month when I had decided, when I had the deadline, of giving my daughter the money. And I had created the vision, as I said, the vision, the habits, the purpose, the emotions, everything around your purpose, that when I give it to you, it's not going to be that I struggled to give it to you and scraped a penny. It's going to be like I had hundreds and I gave you £1. And so by that time, I'd got like 100 grand and I'll give you a 10, you know? And it was like that. Here you go, babes, we got the 10. And I gave my daughter the same exercise. Look, you want 10 from me? You tell me every single thing about that. You give me your purpose and we're going to share that purpose together. And the moment we get it, I'm going to come and you show me exactly how you want the room to be. Look in every corner of that room. Look in every shelf with your mind. Tell me what's on it. Tell me all the lessons and things you're going to do. Tell me what you're going to wear. Tell me how you're going to get up to Coventry when she went to university. How much is the coach? How much is the cab? Everything. We did everything to the penny, and then we lived it. It was amazing. But, you know, that is the thing that discerns, because when you have that strong purpose, those niggling negative thoughts can't reside in your mind. They can't even find a way in. Fear and faith cannot exist. They cannot coexist.
Yes.
Understand? You always choose faith because you have no way of going back and your purpose is too strong. So that is the way forward for everything you want to build.
You know something? I feel like what you've just shared is the cornerstone of transformation. It's the bedrock of it, because there are so many possibilities to waver in faith.
Oh my goodness, yeah.
So many. And what I really hear when you talk about purpose, what I can really hear is boundaries. This and it's that. And it's not that or that. Like there is a separation of what is false and what is truth. And the things that are false do not get to enter into your space. They don't get to get comfortable. They don't get to snuggle in, because there's a boundary that keeps them out. And what I want to know, because we're talking about courage, right? We're talking about confidence. What did it take for you to have the courage that your purpose was even possible?
I touched upon it, but I didn't go into it. It was that fact of I had tied the purpose to a very strong emotion. And some people call that your why. I don't know what's happening here. Can you still see me? My screen went dark. Okay. My why was I had spoken to my daughter. I had told her I'm going to do this. And I had told her to do something that gave her no exit route. If I didn't make this goal, she wouldn't have been able to go to uni. And that's all she asked me for.
Yes.
I couldn't stop. I couldn't back out. I had to do it. I had to keep on the path until I did it, because there's no way that I could face myself for what I felt at the time would be ruining her life because of the decision that I made. So
Yeah.
even if it meant an hour a day sleep, I did it. Even if it meant traveling every month, different countries, every week, I did it. I did everything it took. Everything.
Yes.
That was what it was.
That's
No
so
turning back.
amazing. And I call that, the warrior spirit, where you find a way no matter what, and you use all of your resources, and you just know that you've got your own back and you've got your daughter's back. And so therefore, this thing is going to happen. I want to talk about, because here's the thing. This is what I feel, that in the world of business, people talk about it as if it's some sort of category that doesn't impact any other area. And it's simply not true. And you in the area of love, you in the area of business, you in the area of health, they all impact one another. Thank you. I'm just getting the download as to what the next question is. So what I would like to know is the courage to believe that the purpose is possible, to have no way out but to provide this money for your child to go to university. The courage to get up and speak even though you were afraid. How did that impact other areas of your life?
What it's shown me and impacted on me is something that keeps me going for other areas. Is if one other person can do this thing, that means it's possible to do. And if it's possible to do, I can do it. If another person can do it, I can do it. And that's how it does it. And that's how it works. I did something very difficult. Two very difficult things for me this year because they became my purpose for the year. One was I learned to swim. Nightmare, because my Jamaican father threw me into it in Beck-Lido, right? And that was the only thing I could think about is swimming. Ice cold water, being under it, don't really want to do that again my whole life. So I learned to swim. That was one thing. But the other thing was that for my birthday, I really felt that I needed this sense of peace, rebalance, refocus, and restart this year. And my husband asked me, what do you want for your birthday? And I said, I really just want to sit, have some peace and silence, sit on a mountain in peace, drink a glass of wine, speak to my creator, get my downloads for the next year. And that was the vision for me. For some reason, my Norwegian warrior Viking husband heard mountain. It's like that's all he heard, mountain. And he booked me on the scariest mountain hike in Spain, among the scariest mountain hikes in the world. And I don't like hikes. I don't I don't do scariest things in the world. I'm not a thrill seeker. I just wanted to meditate, y'all.
Yeah.
So he did this. And I
And for
almost
those
burst,
of you who don't know, for those of you who don't know, Sophia actually resides in Spain. So just to give
Oh,
that
yes.
context.
Oh,
Yeah.
yes. So I was so scared when he told me, and he was like, "Look, here's the video, and there's a video of all these rickety bridges, rope bridges for free between this." Not only that, he said, "You know what, babe? The reason it's scary is because all these people have fallen off and died." And I'm like, "And you want me to
Oh my
do
God.
that?" I was terrified. I was so terrified that mind over matter, my body started to seize up, and within a week, I could hardly walk for pain in my hips. That's how I manifest,
Whoa.
yeah, good or bad. So I had to go and see a chiropractor to go and sort my body out just to give me some fluidity. And she said, you don't have to do this. You don't have to do this. And I really thought about my purpose for what I'd said. I said that I want to be in this space of oneness, get my download, get my, just supercharge, super turbo my faith right now so I can do more. That's what I wanted. Wouldn't I get the same feeling if I did this mountain hike? Even to the 10th degree. So I agreed to do it. And I got there and no one spoke English. And I was listening to this Spanish tour guide and thought, what are you doing? This is not what you're here for. And I walked a little and I walked a little, a few steps, and realized I was completely on my own on this mountain. I'd left the group. So I kept walking along this, you know, they had this pathway around this crumbly mountain with the crazy drop. But I kept doing it because I kept saying to myself, I can. Other people are doing this, so I can. If it's possible that other people did this, I can. I'm not less than anybody else. Other people can do this. I can. And I said, I can all the way through. I spoke to my self-doubt all the way until it came to me as my download. I am convinced that I can. I am convinced that, I mean, I'm talking like a crazy person on this mountain with myself. I am convinced that I can. I could do it. They're doing it. I could do it. I ain't less than them. Look at them doing it. I can do it.
Yes.
You know, all the way. And it got to the rope bridge and I was on my own. And I had thought when I saw this rope bridge thing, this across this cavern, when I saw it on YouTube, that you had a choice, go the rope bridge or go some other ways. And at the end, there was a guy near the rope bridge and he said, can I have your helmet and he wanted my equipment, which I didn't have. And I was like, oh, is this the end? And he said, you have to cross the bridge to get to the end. And I was like, damn, metaphor for everything. You have got to cross that bridge if you want to finish. Yes. You have got to get across that scary bridge to everything. Yes, and if another person has done it, you can cross the bridge. The bridge may shake, the bridge might seem scary, and I walked across it saying, I can. Shit, it's wobbling. Shit, I can. You know, I was like, I can get across the bridge. And I got to the end, and oh my God, I could feel that there was something wrong, and my heart rate, I looked at my my Fitbit, and it was like 180, my heart rate, which is normally 80. Whoa. I was terrified when I did that, but I did it. Yeah. And then I was like, I did it. And that has given me so much because I know that I can mindset. I can. I've convinced myself that I can do everything that I set a purpose to achieve. That's the key. And I look back and I realized that was the key every single time. That was the key. Yes. So we will continue with I can and to move forward and to achieve that. Yes, I'm convinced that's the key.
It's so powerful. And you know, in your husband, by the way, Karun said, and you did it, yay!
Thanks, love. I did it. And then my husband was like, see, honey, that's why I booked it. I knew you could. I was like, yeah, right, you did.
Yes. Mm-hmm. Do you know something? So, as a vocal alchemist, I can hear frequency in people's voices, right? And what I've noticed about most of the guests on this speaker series, Confident Speaker Series, is there is a containment. And I want to talk about your voice. There is a containment to your... Especially when you first came on, you know, you're talking about the bridge and the mountain, and you're obviously animated, and this is just your range, right? And what I've noticed about you when you first came on the call, you're so peaceful. There is it's like there is a light within you that emanates out when you speak. But there is a containment whereby you're quieter. And it's so interesting to me because a lot of people believe that in order to be heard, they need to be louder. They need to be more extroverted. I'd love to talk to you about your state of being and the frequency that your voice occupies. It's a very... what I can see when I hear your voice, it's like there's a tower. It's a very strong tower, and it attracts people to it rather than needing to go out to be seen, to be accepted, to be heard. There's a very powerful thing that you're doing. I'd love to to hear that, to hear about that from you.
One of the things I do when I speak is, let's say in public, whether it be Zoom or a big room, 100 people, 500 people, whatever it is there's a part of me that wants to speak to the person at the back of the room. And you maybe heard me say this before. I'm, from being in direct sales, from attending zillions of presentations, I'm aware there's another type of speaker that needs to have their voice raised for the entire time. And I've been in the front row of those, and I felt shouted at and not spoken to, and actually got a headache. And I never wanted to be that. I'm just like, why can't I speak here and just speak to people? And in the beginning, I looked at the people at the front of the room and I thought, you know what, when you come in and you sit at the front center of the room, you're confident. But a lot of the people that came here, they came here because they need something from me, and they sit at the back with their heads down like I did in my original story. And I want to speak to that person's heart. So I imagine that they are a friend or a loved one, and I speak as I would to my friends and loved one. And that's the voice that I use. And I'm also aware that there is a range that you use to drive a point. If I want to draw you in, I don't shout more. I actually go quieter, because when you can't hear someone, you... And it's not a practice thing. It's just, that's the observation if you're listening to your audience. When I need you to get it, I'm quiet, because I'm bringing you into a point that your heart needs to hear. And if I keep you there for too long, you're going to get bored and nod off. And so I need to and animate myself when I see that coming and bring it up, if I'm speaking in a room. But when I'm on a Zoom, I'm speaking to my friend Sharleen. I'm kind of me. And if you were sitting here with me, I'd do the same, darling. It's the same. So the voice thing is, I think, from what you were saying in the beginning, it's from a place of authenticity. I always imagine that I'm speaking to one I love, whether it's on Zoom, it's in a room, it's with a friend. I pray that everyone will get the same experience and they will get what they need. That's the range.
Yeah. And if you talked about authenticity and drawing people in, and it's such key. And what I can really hear is that authenticity is really the root of authority. Because first, in order to have authority over anything, you must have the authority within yourself. And it's like, I accept me. I am free to be fully me. And there are just so many tools and tricks out there about how to win an audience and how to convert.
That's
and
right.
I'm telling you, taking authority and making the decision and the choice that everything that you are going to accept is the biggest way to attract an audience, for an audience to really resonate with you. There's nothing like it. So I really want to thank you for sharing that.
Very welcome. I think everybody that we gravitate towards, because we have this bombardment of words, images, energies daily, and especially this year because we're all online together, it is not the loud, abrasive voice we crave. We crave connection, and connection only comes when you're bringing your inside out, your inner thoughts out. It's those people that focus on the authenticity over the authority that are the authorities, that are the experts.
Yes, that's so key. And as I said to you before, I think you are the fifth interview that I've
Okay.
done for this speaker series.
Well
And thank you
done.
for
Fantastic.
thank you.
I had got a chance to hear some today. They were powerful. I can't wait to listen to them all in full, but I did listen in. They were great. Really good.
Thank you. But I've just noticed a trend with the people that I've invited on. And people have different styles, don't they? But I've noticed a trend of containment. That I am all right with myself. That's the frequency that I hear when I listen to your voice. And I want to speak about the tone of your voice because people come to me for two reasons. They want to feel confident when they speak. And a lot of people don't like the tone of their voice, especially when they watch a replay or they hear a recording of their own voice. Can you speak to that in regards to your own journey being a speaker and being a mentor?
Right from the beginning, when I started speaking, I've always had this thing where even when I used to use notes, I would never find the notes or they'll be completely not relevant. So um, I learned to speak from the heart in the first place. I'm forgetting the question now, but there's a thing. Remind me, Sharleen, the question, because I just
I was
remembered that a flash of an event came into my head when you spoke, and now I can only think of the event. Just the last bit of your question again,
so I was
please.
speaking about tone.
The tone of
And
my voice.
yeah, tone of your voice, the journey. Okay, let me rephrase the question. I want to know the relationship that you have with the tone of your
That
voice
was it. Yeah.
in your journey as a.
That's what I remembered, is that I never had notes. I always spoke from the heart along the
Yeah,
way. And because of that, like, people come to me at the end and I wouldn't remember what I said. And for years, there was always a reason why I never filmed myself, I never recorded myself, I never really heard myself speak until a couple of years ago. And that was because Iola sent me a video of myself. Iola's here. Remember when I came and spoke in England? I was pregnant. I was so sick that day, but I didn't know why. That's another story. But she sent me speaking, and it was so powerful. And I thought, is that what I do? Is that how I sound?
yeah,
I had and how I animate. So this year, I decided to do something called the Success Map, where I would speak from the heart on different topics around the things I'm passionate about, Napoleon Hill. And for me to be able to do that series in the way that I wanted, I had to watch each message back and see. So I started to see what my tone, how it was. And I realized that I like my message. I don't mind listening to myself so much as I thought I would, why I never ever watched myself speak.
right.
But I realized there were things that I did that I hadn't learned I'm very much me when I speak. I don't sound like what a speaker is supposed to sound like and the way that they do things. So that's why I trained again this year. And then what got out of it was amazing. What I got out of it was all the things that I do naturally are the things that you do as a speaker. I just never knew the names of them. Um,
Right.
so yeah, I really, when I went into my course that I just finished, everyone's like, but you're a professional speaker, you're obviously an accomplished speaker, you're doing these things so naturally, you did it. And I was just like, I didn't know all this time I am a speaker. So I would say to those of you that don't like to watch yourself, if you are doing what Sharleen said in terms of speaking authentically as you would to a loved one, you are a voice worth hearing. I mean, you have a message already worth hearing, and you should watch yourself. You might get inspired one day. The tone of
Yeah.
my voice
Ooh.
was always something that was, it was belittled in me. It was teased in me. I spoke like a baby. And now people say, I love to listen to your voice when I sleep. I love to listen to your voice when I wake. I never heard that part. And now I'm falling in love with my voice. I actually love my voice, and I'm falling in love with it more because of what it does for others. So give yourself a chance to shine authentically, to love your tone, to resonate and vibrate in that tone, because you're weaving magic with those words.
Yes.
And if you can have love combined with your magic, incredible things are going to happen, right?
Listen, love plus magic equals boom.
Miracle right there.
Miracles. Oh my goodness. And it's so funny you say that, you know. I wrote on my personal profile maybe about a month ago, and I asked a question. Does anybody else's divine or angels drop music into their consciousness? Does that happen to you, by the way? You just hear a song on repeat and then you realize that the divine's trying to tell you something?
Whoa, is that what it is? I didn't think it was something that was giving me a message, you know? Yeah.
Right.
And when I speak, I know, there is a background. Like even my wedding, it was like Sharleen was at my wedding, okay? But my wedding, when I saw it, it was like a play. It was a theatre with acts, a theatre play with actual acts of each part of it. And when I speak, it's like that. It's like there's a whole performance where I can hear the percussion behind it, the lows and the highs. And sometimes a particular song comes up in the background. And I have an idea where I want to intertwine that and just do the audio people, you know, the audio with my words, and haven't found out how to do it. But yeah, music is what emotions sound like.
Yes.
So if you can put music to those words that are coming from inside you, like, you transform the world with your message.
Oh my goodness. When you said music is what emotions sound like, it's like you have access to my subconscious mind or something. Like you just read my thoughts. And so I call this phenomenon where you can hear music in the background and it's your angels or the divine giving you a message. I call it angel radio.
Wow.
You're tuned in and you can hear this thing and you can hear this thing. And when you were talking about love plus magic equals miracles, it just reminded me that I have been hearing music about love. When I say on repeat, Sophia, from the moment my eyes open in the morning till the moment I fall asleep, it's the same chorus of the same song over and over and over and over again.
Beautiful.
So, and I'm bringing this in because it felt pertinent. And for those of you out there who may be tuned into Angel Radio, just have a listen. Have a listen to what these things are really inviting you to think about and feel. But I just wanted to say thank you so much. It's been very powerful to be in your presence. You taught me so much, and some of the things are beyond words and beyond this interview even, that they are getting in me and reconfiguring me. So I just wanted to say thank you for your time. I've never seen anyone order and have standards around their time like you. So the fact that you have included me in your day, I am so privileged. Thank you so much.
And thank you, Shah. It's a joy to be here, and I'm glad that I did it. You know, I love to be in flow, but when I don't know what I'm going to be asked in the interview, I get a bit frightened. Luckily, it was you. And it flowed, my darling, and it's just been such a beautiful experience. So thank you too. Thanks to everyone watching too.
Yes. So where can people find you?
I'm going to come and write in the group in a sec, because I have a client right now. But you guys can find me, Sophia Bailey-Larsen. Look for me on Facebook, Sophia Bailey-Larsen. And if you feel connected to me, you want to hang out with me, just to flow some more, just to share ideas, or to get advice about anything that's happening in your life, then you can join my group, which is called the Mental Mastery and Manifestation Lounge. It's also on Facebook. It's my home, and I hope you'll feel welcome there, like everybody that has joined so far. It's just for ladies. Sorry, guys, but yeah, I'm looking forward to attracting more like minds so we can share together. And Charlene's
Yeah.
there, so hoping
Yeah,
to
it's
see
so
you share
beautiful.
something in our group too soon. Thank you.
Yeah. So thank you so much, Sophia. And for those of you who are on the replay, you are welcome to ask questions and leave comments. And I love you all. I love you all. And just soak up all of these gems and just bring them to your heart and let them absorb into your being so that you feel empowered and connected to the truth of how powerful you are and how powerful you speak and how powerfully you transform your life and the world. So thank you so much. Sophia, if you stay on the line, and I wish you guys in Confidence Speakers Corner a good day.